Everyone, this is Matt from End Sickness. Does your child have a learning disability, ADHD, issues with memory, other cognitive issues? It might not be a learning disability. It might be something that they're consuming, something that they're inhaling. This is what I experienced with my daughter. She had significant learning disability where she was unable to remember things. We had to repeat kindergarten. Her IQ was tested. It was really low. We didn't know what to do. I mean, it didn't make sense because there was glimpses of her being normal, and then she would just kind of blank out, right? Eventually, we realized that it was tied to mycotoxins inside the home. She was having neurological reactions to these mold toxins that we could not see. Once we got her out of it, and we got her the right foods, she was fed her mostly plant-based foods, gave her some foods like eggs and cheese and things like that to assist with brain development. Once we did that, she blossomed and became a child that was repeating grades to a kid that's now at her grade level standard. And it was all because of these things that were beneath the surface that I didn't realize. Most people will just kind of give up and say, hey, my child has autism, or my child has ADHD, or they have behavioral issues, or they have these different conditions that affect their learning. And the reality is they're often just dealing with some type of an immune response that's occurring. Things like eggs, dairy, nuts, seeds, gluten, too much meat, processed foods, all these things can cause inflammatory issues, could cause the mast cells to start to secrete histamine and trigger inflammation throughout the body, neurological system, etc. And the reality is I've seen behavior shifts from just like nuts, seeds, dairy, eggs, gluten. I've seen major behavior shifts. And if you're consistently giving your child these foods and you're saying they have a learning disability, then you really should go through an elimination diet and start focusing on the foods like your fruits, your vegetables, your rice, your beans, your potatoes. You got to start bringing a lunch, making them bring a lunch from home. See the differences in your child. Don't just buy into this diagnosis that it's this learning disability or it's something the child's going to have. They need medication. They need all these things. Now they're going to be thinking all their life that they have this disability or this issue. Now there are certain situations where, where it is something that has been a problem from the beginning. But when there's been significant decline, when you start to see a child that was doing well and then there was a lot of decline, you have to figure why. Why is there so much decline? Once again, the number one thing I like to do is check out the mycotoxin antibodies. You can do that through mymycolab.com. You go there, see what the blood draw, see what comes back from the blood draw, see if the antibodies are really high in the IgE antibodies to show right then is the child having reactions to mycotoxins in the home. If they are, you could have just hit the lottery and your child could be freed from a lot of these neurological symptoms that were setting him back. This is what I saw, as I said, with my child. Just want to share it with everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I got lots of information on mycotoxins, leaky gut, chronic illnesses, autoimmune disease, all the things that I personally went through. I personally overcame these things, and my daughter went through very similar experiences. So now I'm sharing my information and my experiences with everyone. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.